Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Unbound Learners Pre-K. My name is Nina. What's your name? It's so nice to meet you. Let's sing a good morning song together. We're going to stretch our arms out like airplane wings. Fly to this side. Fly over to the other side. Fly back to the middle. Now take your airplane wings into a big circle out in front of you like this. Stretch up over your head. Let's stretch to this side, over to the other side. One last stretch up at the top. And now we can bring the circle back down and sing together. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers, everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day so far. Before we get started on the calendar and weather chart, we have 3 things that we need to do. Number 1, let's turn on our listening ears. The next thing that we need to do is put on our thinking hats. So you look for your thinking hat. Let's see. My thinking hat is over here. I'm going to put it on top of my head. Today my thinking hat has some buttons underneath my chin. So I'm going to button it up. And the last thing that we need to do is warm up our hearts, like this. Boom, 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 boom. And now we're ready to get started with circle time. Let me grab my pointing stick and let's go over the date together first. Here's the month. Do you remember what the month is? August. That's right. And today is August 18th. Let's move the chip over from yesterday. Yesterday was August 17th, and today is August 18th. And right up here we have the year. You can say that it's 2021, but you can also say that the year is 2021. Both of those ways are correct. Friends, I wonder how many days we've had so far in the month of August. Will you count with me? Get out your counting fingers, and we can warm them up just to give them a little stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Whew, that was great counting. We counted 18 days so far in the month of August. Now it's time to sing the Day of the Week song. So let's hold up 7 fingers for each one of the 7 days of the week. And if you know the words, you can sing along with me. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If we go down to the bottom of the chart, we have the days right here. So let's go over them together. I'm going to give you the sound that the day starts with. And if you know what the day is, you can say it with me. Yesterday was Tuesday. So that means that today is Wednesday. And tomorrow will be Thursday. But let's go back to today and sing Today is Wednesday together. Today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday all day long. Today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday all day long. And right up here at the top of the chart we have the season. What's the season, friends? Summer. That's right. It's still summertime where I live. And now we're going to travel back down to the bottom and sing the weather song together. And then we can talk about what we see outside. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? So the rain stopped where I live, and right now it's still mostly cloudy, but the sun is shining just a little bit. My garden really liked that rain that we got yesterday. And my temperature chart is on orange because it's warm outside. Warm and mostly cloudy with a little bit of sunshine. What about you, friends? What do you see outside of your window today? Thanks for sharing the weather with me. Now let's move on to the letter, the number, and the sign of the week. This week, we have been talking all about this uppercase letter. This letter makes two sounds. Can you make the short sound with me? Ah. And what about the long sound? What does that sound like? Oh. What is this uppercase letter called? O. That's right. This capital letter is the letter O, which makes two sounds. I wonder what we'll find inside of the letter box today. What I have is actually not inside of the letter box, but I'll describe it to you. Here's your first clue. This is something that the Earth does as it travels around the sun. A moon also does it as it travels around a planet. What is that called? Orbit. When the planets orbit around the sun, that means that they travel around it, just like the moons orbit around a planet. Orbit starts with the letter O. This is how you write in uppercase. Ah, O. One more time. And here is the number of the week. This is a double-digit number. What double-digit number is this? 12. That's right. When you write the number 12, you write two numbers. First, you write the number 1, and then you write the number 2. 12. Let's count to the number 12 together using the large bead frame. This week, we're going to count to the number 12 using the large bead frame. In order to count to 12, we need 2 units, 1, 2, and 1 10. 12. We have one more thing to count before we move on to the sign of the week. Let me open up the box and gather my pebbles. As I count the pebbles, I'm going to line them up across the top so that we can count them together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one makes 12. Wow, those 12 pebbles fit perfectly across the top of the box. 12. Do you remember how to say paint in sign language? Will you show me? That's right, paint. We are going to be doing some foraging for today's artwork, so I'll meet you outside. So here we are outside, and because it's summertime where I live, it's really colorful and bright outside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be foraging some brightly colored materials. When I forage for something, that means that I collect something that I find outside. So I'm going to start off with a few petals from this pink zinnia right here. I'm going to pick a few of the pink flowers. And then I'm just going to move down and I'm going to collect some of these orange nasturtiums. Let's see, I'll pick a flower and I think I'm going to pick a leaf as well. And now I found a big patch of clover and some plantains. So I'm going to pick a couple of these green plantain leaves as well as a few clover. And here is a big patch of goldenrod. I'm going to take a little stem, and this will be great because I can use the leaves as well as the flowers. And for the last material, I'm going to pick these buttercups right here. And now I think we're ready. We have all of our forged materials and we're ready to move on to today's work. For today's work, we are going to be using the foraged materials that we found outside, along with a paper towel, a piece of paper, some wax paper, and a hammer. So the first thing that I did was lay my towel down like this, just to prevent anything from slipping around as we hammer. On top of the paper towel, I'm going to put my piece of paper, and then I'm going to arrange the materials that I foraged outside around my paper. So again, friends, with process art, there is no right or wrong way to create something. You probably will find completely different materials outside at your house, and you can arrange them in any way that you would like. And maybe a little more pink over here. So once I have all my materials arranged, I'm going to put the piece of wax paper over it like this. And then I'm going to start to lightly hammer. So a few weeks ago, we talked about tools during our construction unit. So I'm going to take my fingers and wrap it around the grip right here, and I'm going to pound right here on the head, like this. So what I'm doing is just hammering and lightly pounding on all of the materials and plants that I forged. If you have a flower that also has a stem on it, make sure that you hammer on the stem as well, because hopefully you'll be able to get some green. All right, let's take a peek. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, that nasturtium leaf looks really cool. I can see an imprint that it made. And this is also interesting. Even though the petals that we picked were pink from the zinnia, they made a purple color right here. And the yellow definitely worked. There's a buttercup right here, and the goldenrod made more of an orange color. Wow, this is beautiful and colorful. Definitely a summertime process art project. Let's get back to circle time. Welcome back to Circle Time, friends. Thanks for learning with me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up, and find me on OutSchool for my live and interactive summertime classes. You can also support my channel by checking out my Patreon page and gain access to bonus features for your child. We have one more song to sing before we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.